What if you've ever found yourself muting yet another screaming cable news debate, rapidly scrolling past endless streams of performative hot takes, or quietly closing an app after realizing you've just consumed hours of content that left you more confused, more angry, and yet somehow less informed than when you started? What if that persistent, nagging frustration is just you being picky or overly critical, but a sane response to a media landscape deliberately engineered to elevate the loudest, most emotionally manipulative, and often emptiest voices while systematically burying the thoughtful, nuanced, and genuinely wise ones deep beneath layers of noise? Stay with me through this deeper exploration, because by the time we're done, you may never again consume media on autopilot. You'll begin to see the hidden architecture of a vast, profit-driven machine that's not merely failing to platform the smartest minds, but actively designed to marginalize them, drown them in spectacle, and render depth itself obsolete in the relentless pursuit of attention, engagement, and control. And the slow-burning twist that might keep you reflecting long after you're not broken or alienated for craving substance in a sea of superficiality. You among the diminishing few who remain awake in a culture meticulously crafted to keep the masses reactive, distracted, and comfortably asleep. You've lived those moments of quiet disillusionment repeatedly, haven't you? That sinking feeling when a supposedly serious panel dissolves into uninterrupted crosstalk guests shouting over one another, the moderate expert barely finishing a sentence before being steamrolled. Viral soundbites prioritize over substantive analysis, leaving everyone more entrenched in their views, more emotionally charged, and yet profoundly less equipped to understand the issue at hand. Or the endless scroll through social platforms where 15-second clips from self-proclaimed gurus promise instant enlightenment, controversy merchants deliberately provoke outrage to farm engagement, and highly produced personalities reduce intricate global problems to binary slogans that feel empowering in the moment, but evaporate under any real scrutiny. In those pauses between the noise, a deeper question emerges. Where have all the true thinkers gone? The ones who speak deliberately, with humility and evidence, who invite reflection rather than reaction, who challenge comfortably held beliefs without needing to dominate or own anyone. The ones whose words linger and reshape how you see the world long after you've heard them. Why are they almost never the ones handed the microphone, boosted by algorithms, or booked on primetime slots? The stark and unsettling reality is far more structural than occasional poor choices or random trends. It is foundational to how modern media operates as a business and a control mechanism. This isn't about rare lapses in judgment. It's an entire ecosystem optimized not for truth-seeking, collective understanding, or intellectual growth, but for maximizing time spent, clicks generated, ads viewed, and emotional arousal sustained. The system doesn't require overt censorship to silence profound voices. It achieves the same result through sophisticated neglect, algorithmic demotion, and economic disincentives. Depth rarely triggers the physiological rush that keeps viewers hooked. Nuance seldom sparks the shares and retweets that drive virality. Calm, evidence-based discourse doesn't generate the sustained outrage or fear that prolongs session times and boosts revenue. Producers, platforms, and algorithms collectively conspire, often unconsciously, to sideline anything that demands too much cognitive effort from the audience. Because friction reduces completion rates, and reduced completion rates threaten the bottom line. The smartest minds, therefore, aren't banned outright. They're simply starved of oxygen in an attention economy that rewards spectacle over substance. Consider the mechanics across every medium. Television thrives on conflict theater. Panels are cast not for illumination or balance expertise, but for guaranteed drama. Ideological warriors strategically placed to clash, interruptions scripted into the rhythm, emotional escalations timed for commercial breaks. The scholar or practitioner who could provide genuine context and clarity is granted a fleeting soundbite before the host pivots back to the provocateurs, because heightened adrenaline retains audiences far better than quiet explanation ever could. Extend this dynamic to digital realms, where algorithms have mastered human psychology at scale, They know outrage propagates fastest, certainty feels rewarding, and simplistic narratives trigger cognitive ease, the comforting illusion that fluency equals truth. Confident delivery, regardless of accuracy, surges to the top of feeds, while measured voices demanding patience, admitting complexity, and encouraging self-reflection quietly deprioritized as low-engagement content. The result is a feedback loop where performers, masters of emotional hooks, viral phrasing, and tribal signaling ascend to cultural dominance, their visibility mistaken for authority, while authentic thinkers sink into relative obscurity. Noam Chomsky described this phenomenon decades ago with chilling precision, and its relevance has only intensified. The most effective way to maintain control is to tightly constrain the boundaries of acceptable opinion while allowing or even encouraging vigorous, lively debate within those boundaries. This creates the powerful illusion of open, robust discourse, a glittering arena where everything appears fiercely contested and freedom of expression seems absolute. Yet the deepest structural critiques, the paradigm-shifting perspectives, the voices that dare venture beyond the pre-approved spectrum, they're never granted meaningful entry. The endless left versus right shouting matches, the culture war skirmishes, the personality-driven feuds all serve to distract from foundational questions, manufacturing consent through exhaustion and polarization while the Overton window narrows invisibly. You feel like you're freely choosing what to believe, but far more often you're selecting from pre-curated options designed to keep the overall system unchallenged. Layer in the economic incentives, and the picture darkens further. Media ownership has consolidated into fewer corporate entities, each reliant on advertisers who prefer predictable, consumptive audiences over critically engaged citizens likely to question the status quo. Algorithms exacerbate the distortion. They relentlessly test what retains attention longest and double down, discovering that nuance causes drop-offs, ambiguity prompts bounces, and anything requiring sustained focus tanks metrics. Independent thinkers represent existential threats to this model because they introduce unavoidable friction. They compel audiences to confront contradictions, sit with uncertainty, and invest mental energy. Such demands are antithetical to endless scrolling and perpetual consumption. Consequently, these voices are dismissed as boring, too academic, out of touch with real people, or simply never algorithmically promoted. The system doesn't need to hate them, it merely evolves to make them economically and culturally irrelevant. Extend the implications even deeper, and the societal cost becomes staggering. A culture that systematically rewards empty volume over quiet wisdom, reactive performance over reflective substance, and emotional manipulation over intellectual rigor isn't merely superficial, it's actively regressive, eroding the very foundations of informed discourse and collective problem-solving. Complex, interconnected crises, economic inequality, technological disruption, environmental collapse, geopolitical instability remain superficially debated but structurally unaddressed because spectacle consistently trumps solutions. We celebrate raw authenticity in viral rants and reward those who weaponize simplicity, often through distortion or outright deception, while marginalizing those who honor reality's inherent messiness and demand intellectual honesty. The outcome is a civilization addicted to intellectual junk food, fleeting emotional highs, tribal validation hits, and the illusion of understanding, all while starving for the slow, nourishing depth that sustains long-term progress and resilience. You've observed these patterns unfold countless times in real time. A credentialed researcher attempts to explain a multifaceted public crisis with data and context, only to be drowned out by a celebrity's instinctive hot take or a politician's fear-stoking script. An investigative reporter exposing systemic corruption finds their reach throttled not for spreading falsehoods, but for failing to package truth in sufficiently entertaining wrapping. Meanwhile, alternative spaces flourish quietly in the margins, long-form podcasts where conversation breathes freely without interruption, books requiring weeks of immersion to unfold their full power, independent newsletters and essays prioritizing clarity over clicks. These pockets of depth grow steadily because genuine audiences still hunger for substance, yet they remain largely segregated from mainstream visibility because their participants refuse to shout, refuse to oversimplify for virality, refuse to feed the perpetual outrage machine. Psychologically, we're evolutionarily predisposed to fall into this trap. Cognitive biases favor fluent, confident, repetitive messaging, making slick delivery feel truthful, while effortful complexity feels suspicious or threatening. Our social wiring prioritizes tribal belonging signals over solitary evidence evaluation. In an era of information overload, attention has become the scarcest resource of all, and those who control its distribution effectively control collective thought itself. Media is no longer neutral infrastructure. It's deliberate architecture shaping mindset at scale for reactivity, polarization, consumption, and control, rather than wisdom, unity, or empowerment. The personal challenge of awakening runs deep and persistent. As you begin actively seeking those buried voices, curating your information diet for substance, diving into challenging texts, embracing creators who provoke growth through discomfort rather than comfort through confirmation, you'll inevitably feel the isolation intensify. Casual conversations grow strained when you opt out of the latest viral outrage cycle. Algorithms fight back aggressively, resurfacing familiar noise to lure you into old habits. Friends and colleagues anchored in mainstream narratives may label you overthinking, cynical, detached, or contrarian. You'll grieve the broader cultural loss, the erosion of shared reality, the replacement of meaningful public dialogue with endless performative warfare, the sense that genuine understanding has become a niche pursuit rather than a societal norm. Life will test your resolve, daily tempting relapse into easy dopamine loops, confronting loneliness in nuance, persisting when the effort of thinking deeply feels futile against the tidal wave of spectacle. Yet the gradual, compounding reversal is profoundly liberating. As you curate ruthlessly and following amplifiers of noise, seeking out creators who respect your intelligence and time, immersing in sources that reward patience with insight, clarity emerges like sunrise after endless night. You begin detecting manipulations almost instinctively. Emotional volatility gives way to grounded steadiness. Decisions root in reflection rather than reflex. You rediscover and nurture that inner capacity for depth you've always carried, reconnecting with your own potential as a thinker rather than merely a consumer. Real journeys illustrate this transformation vividly. Consider someone like Alex, once deeply hooked on daily news outrage cycles, perpetually anxious, argumentative, and exhausted. The first twist arrived through burnout. He questioned his feeds, stumbled upon independent long-form creators, and began experimenting with deliberate detachment. Challenges mounted relentlessly, intense dopamine withdrawal crashing his mood, social friction from missing major events, persistent internal doubts whispering irrelevance and isolation. But months into the shift, a deeper turn unfolded. His mind sharpened dramatically. He devoured philosophy classics, cultivated real-world discussions centered on listening and curiosity. Today, he embodies grounded calm where reactivity once ruled, forming richer connections with fellow seekers of substance. From passive consumer to intentional architect of his own understanding. Or reflect on Lena, a professional who once echoed dominant media narratives to maintain workplace and social belonging. The shattering twist came through gradual exposure to off-mainstream analysts whose evidence dismantled comforting illusions. Challenges intensified profoundly, professional risks in questioning prevailing stories, heated family debates unraveling long-held beliefs, deep grief processing the loss of old certainties. Yet victory emerged steadily. She pivoted toward independent research and writing, quietly mentoring others, navigating the noise. Fully liberated from scripted opinions, living with authentic intellectual freedom. Broader evidence reinforces the pattern. Declining average attention spans correlate tightly with skyrocketing polarization and plummeting institutional trust. Even as media consumption reaches all-time highs, clear signs of engineered addiction rather than organic interest. Independent creators are booming in subscriber-supported spaces, proving that suppressed demand for depth remains strong. merely diverted and starved by mainstream gatekeepers. Globally, the dynamic echoes across regimes' state-controlled outlets achieve similar narrowing through propaganda performers, while market-driven systems replicate it via profit motives. Historical parallels abound and warn us further. Ancient Athens elevated sophists charismatic, crowd-pleasing debaters over philosophers like Socrates, contributing directly to his democratic execution. Modern populist surges follow eerily similar scripts, amplified by media's preference for emotional resonance over factual rigor. Yet genuine hope persists in quiet, persistent resistance. Parallel ecosystems are forming subscriber-funded podcasts, newsletter communities, decentralized book clubs where depth thrives uncompromised by commercial pressures. The system fears mass defection above all, one viewer consistently choosing substance subtly dents its metrics. Thousands begin fracturing the facade. Millions could spark a true cultural renaissance. You can begin your own quiet rebellion immediately and sustainably. Audit your information inputs weekly, replacing one source of noise with one of substance. Commit to one demanding book per quarter. Practice pausing before reacting to emotional hooks, always asking, who truly benefits from my outrage or fear? Cultivate conversations that value curiosity over conquest, listening over lecturing. Embrace the inherent friction of real thinking as the price of genuine freedom. The challenges will endure, withdrawal temptations, resurfacing during weak moments, periodic loneliness in choosing nuance over noise, the occasional sense that individual effort feels futile against systemic momentum, but the rewards compound exponentially and irrevocably. An uncheckable inner peace untouched by manufactured cycles. Discernment that pierces through fog instantly, the lived experience of embodying the depth you once desperately sought in others. If this extended journey through the media illusion has stirred that familiar mixed grief for what we've collectively lost alongside a quiet fire to reclaim it, you far from alone. You're joining a growing lineage of the intentionally awake. Now, your turn to carry it forward. If this deepened your recognition of the hidden machinery and kindled resolve, hit that like button to subtly defy the algorithmic noise. Subscribe for more unflinching explorations into suppressed truths and practical paths toward authentic wisdom. And drop a comment below what once celebrated mainstream voice now reveals itself to you as pure performance, or share the pivotal moment when you first pierced through the spectacle. Let's continue expanding this community of deliberate thinkers, reclaiming depth in a distracted age. The next exploration offers concrete blueprints for crafting your unbreakable personal information ecosystem amid endless distraction. You're already among the real seekers, step even deeper in. See you in the comments and beyond. And please share this with someone quietly exhausted by the shouting. It could become the gentle catalyst for their own silent, powerful awakening.